Okay, now that we've all given the pre-test assessments on schoolnet, how do we look at those results? How do we analyze them, and how do we get them into our gradebook? The first thing you want to do right here is make sure you are under the correct section you want to be looking at. And then you're going to look right here. If I just scroll below this, the classroom assessment monitor. For some reason, math doesn't always pop up on mine. I definitely did not give a Metals 1 pre-test. So I'm going to come here to Subject, select what subject I'm in, and now you can see here's one of the quizzes I've given. In fact, if I just click on it, it will show me the 3 quizzes I've given in schoolnet. So you would select whichever one you want to look at, and this tells me how my kids did, this section did, compared to the school or the district. You can see mine is the same because nobody else in the district gave this quiz. Had they, I could see if I did better, worse, or the same as them. Just by scrolling down, I can see all of my kids' scores. Okay, so here it is. It tells me if they did satisfactory, if they need improvement, or if they're unsatisfactory. This little graph over here is also interesting because it shows me how they've done on each exam I've given or quiz. So the first one is the pretest. But this is interesting. They did fairly well in the first one I gave and then came down to needs improvement. So you can see if a kid jumps tremendously, like this kid improved. First was unsatisfactory. Now he's at needs improvement on the next one. So that's some great information to have. But I really don't want to have to stand here and type this in. Notice they're not even alphabetical. So there's a much easier way to get this to go to your gradebook. You just go to Upcoming Tests. You're going to click the test that you're interested in. You guys would be using pretest. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on Gradebook Status. And all you have to do is click Share Now. It's going to bring this up. It should populate with the categories you're using in your gradebook. You click on it, you hit Share, and this will take a couple of minutes. And it will pop up and give you some check marks letting you know that it's been successfully shared. There it goes. I've got 2 check marks. Everything's great. So if I go over to my gradebook, okay, now I would have to refresh this. It's not just going to be there automatically without refreshing it. So while this loads, I'm going to find the quiz, which happens to be right here. Okay, and if I click on it and I click Edit Assignment, you'll notice several things. Okay, this is all normal, but here's the part that you don't see. It's not publishing it to the kids. So it changes the kids' grades, but they can't see it. So you have to go to Publish, Publish Scores, Save and Close. Now that I've shown you how to share it with your gradebook, we're going to look at some other information you can look at. So if you go back to your home screen, click on a class that you're interested in. Okay, and if you want to look at a quiz, we've already talked about this nice little chart with the average and how they're doing, and how you can scroll down and see how your kids are doing. Okay, but over here, these reports are super useful. So once you click on one, you actually can access them all. So I'm going to click Test Summary. And you can see it breaks it down that 50% of my kids were excellent or satisfactory, 50% were not proficient. Okay, I can even go down further and it gives me information about each kid. Okay, another one that I think is really useful is item analysis. So as a teacher, I can come in here, and this is for this specific section that I'm in. I can look and see, how did my kids do? Most of them did well. Oh, item 9 they didn't do so great on. So I can click on item 9. Item 9 will come up, and then I know, okay, so we need some help with this. It also tells me what the most common error was, and what the correct one is. So you can look through this. Okay, I can go back to my item analysis. and I can go through that for all the items. Standards mastery is interesting. So if you line these up correctly, it will tell me on this specific standard that there was one test question, 12 got it correct, 12 got it unsatisfactory. Okay, now this one has 6 items, so it's saying in general for the standard. So it's analyzing all 6 of these questions and saying 9 of the kids did excellent on the standard, 10 did satisfactory, 3 need improvement, and 2 are unsatisfactory. Okay, so we can go down through. And notice here an item may be counted more than once if it's aligned to multiple standards. So actually there were only 2 questions here. Times assessed, and I can actually click on it and it will tell me when it was assessed. So one was on the pretest and one was in the current quiz. But go ahead and play with these. These are really great things to have to help you help your kids. If you're putting the standards in correctly, you can use it to learn a lot. Hope this helps. Take a minute and go play with any exam you've given, your pretest or whatever. Make sure you can find your scores. Make sure you know how to share with your gradebook. And if you have time, look at this data analysis stuff that we have available to us. Please let us know if you need any help.